Welcome to Wisdom and Wealth, a channel dedicated to helping you navigate life's challenges with clarity and purpose, especially designed for those of us over 40 who are seeking deeper meaning. Today, we're diving into a powerful topic: liberating yourself from the opinions of others and taking control of your life. Imagine holding the key to complete freedom, a life where no one else's judgment controls you, where you don't fear rejection, and where your inner peace is unshakable. But what happens when the world around you constantly tries to influence your decisions, distract you, and pull you away from your true path? How do you handle that pressure? The wisdom of Buddha offers a path to rise above the external noise and unlock your full potential by focusing inward. Today, we'll explore 10 potent Buddhist lessons that will guide you on this journey. And if you are enjoying the content, be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, Buddhist Doctrine, for more enlightening insights. Let's start with the first lesson: stop relying on others for your happiness. As the Buddha wisely stated, peace comes from within, do not seek it without. This profound statement emphasizes that true happiness doesn't originate from external sources like the approval, praise, or actions of others. It's born from within yourself. When you depend on others for your happiness, you inadvertently give them control over your emotions. This reliance often leads to disappointment because no one can consistently make you happy. External validation is fleeting and unreliable. Buddhism teaches us to look inward for peace and contentment. This means learning to be comfortable with who you are, finding joy in the present moment, and practicing gratitude for what you already possess. By cultivating self-reliance, you establish a robust foundation of inner peace that no one can diminish. This inner peace becomes your anchor in the storms of life, allowing you to remain steady and grounded regardless of external circumstances. Moving on to the second lesson: don't fear being alone, it's where you discover true power. The Buddha advised, meditate, live purely, be quiet, do your work with mastery. This implies that solitude is not something to be feared but rather a sanctuary of strength. When we spend time alone, we gain the space to truly understand ourselves, reflect on our thoughts, and grow emotionally and spiritually. Solitude allows us to meditate, focus on personal growth, and connect with our inner wisdom without distractions. Instead of depending on the company of others for comfort or validation, we learn to be our own best companion. Embracing solitude empowers us to find the inner strength and wisdom necessary to navigate life with confidence and clarity. It's in these quiet moments that we often uncover our most profound insights and realize our true potential. And if you're finding value in these teachings, please consider liking and subscribing to the Buddhist Doctrine channel. The third lesson is crucial: quit seeking approval from everyone. As Buddha so eloquently put it, you yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. This underscores the idea that the approval you truly need is your own, not anyone else's. When we constantly seek validation from others, whether through compliments, praise, or acceptance, we lose sight of our own worth and allow others to dictate how we feel about ourselves. This dependency can be exhausting and ultimately unfulfilling. Buddhism teaches us that genuine confidence and happiness spring from self-acceptance. You don't need to rely on the opinions of others to feel good about who you are. Instead, practice giving yourself the love, kindness, and validation you deserve. The more you approve of yourself, the less you'll depend on external validation, freeing yourself from unnecessary stress and disappointment. Self-love and self-acceptance are the cornerstones of a fulfilling and meaningful life. The fourth lesson: don't let rejection break you. Rejection is an inevitable part of life, but it doesn't define your worth. It's easy to feel discouraged or inadequate when faced with rejection, but Buddhism encourages us to view it differently. Instead of perceiving it as a failure, see it as an opportunity for growth and redirection. Sometimes, rejection is simply life's way of steering you towards something better, something more aligned with your true path. As the Buddha wisely said, in the end, only three things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. This reminds us that letting go with grace is key to finding peace. When you stop taking rejection personally, you liberate yourself from unnecessary pain and create room for new opportunities. Let go, move forward, and trust that rejection is just a stepping stone on your journey. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. And if you find this guidance helpful, be sure to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel. The fifth lesson addresses a common source of anxiety: stop fearing what others think of you. We often let the opinions of others dictate our actions and feelings, but Buddhism teaches us that other people's judgments are more about them than about us. The only thing that truly matters is how you see yourself and your own actions. As the Buddha advised, let none find fault with others, let none see the omissions and commissions of others. But let one see one's own acts, done and undone. This reminds us to focus on our own journey and stop worrying about what others think. People's opinions are beyond your control, and constantly fearing their judgment will only drain your energy. When you relinquish this fear, you discover freedom and peace in being authentically yourself. Embrace your true self, and let your inner light shine without fear of judgment. Sixth, stop sacrificing your peace to please others. Many of us fall into the trap of trying to make everyone around us happy, whether at work, with friends, or in our families. We bend over backwards to please others, often at the expense of our own well-being. However, no matter how hard you try, you can never fully satisfy everyone, and this constant effort leads to exhaustion and stress. As the Buddha wisely taught, better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. This emphasizes that peace of mind is far more valuable than trying to meet everyone's expectations. Buddhism encourages us to act with compassion and kindness, but not at the expense of our inner peace. There's a balance to be found: help others, but don't let their needs overwhelm your life. It's okay to say no and set boundaries when necessary. By prioritizing your own peace, you live more authentically and give from a place of strength rather than sacrifice. Remember, the calmer and more centered you are, the less you'll need to seek approval or please others. True contentment comes from within, and honoring your peace brings greater harmony to your life and relationships. The seventh powerful lesson is to focus on what you can control: yourself. In life, we often get frustrated or upset trying to control things beyond our reach. We want people to act a certain way, situations to unfold as we imagine, and outcomes to align with our expectations. But clinging to things beyond our control only causes suffering, a core teaching of Buddhism. You can't control how others behave, feel, or think. The only thing you truly have power over is yourself, your actions, thoughts, and reactions. As the Buddha said, rule your mind, or it will rule you. This simple yet profound teaching reminds us that our minds are incredibly powerful. When we master our thoughts and emotions, we gain control over our lives. Instead of trying to change others or control situations, shift that energy inward. Ask, how can I react better? How can I improve myself? How can I find peace within, even when things are chaotic? By focusing on what you can control, your mind, habits, and responses, you build resilience. External events, positive or negative, no longer have the power to disturb your inner peace. And if you want to support the show, be sure to like and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel. The eighth lesson is realizing that people are primarily focused on their own lives. We often believe that people are constantly watching and judging us, but the reality is much simpler: most people are too absorbed in their own lives to focus on us. This realization can be incredibly freeing. The fear of judgment is one of the biggest reasons we hold back from being our authentic selves, worrying about how we dress, speak, or act. But Buddhism teaches us to let go of this unnecessary burden and live more freely. The Buddha taught, your work is to discover your world, and then with all your heart give yourself to it. This reminds us that we each have our own unique journey to follow. People are primarily concerned with their own problems, goals, and dreams. Focus on discovering your path and living it fully. The ninth point is don't get caught up in social comparison. A big trap is comparing yourself to others, whether it's your career, family, possessions, success, or perceived happiness. This leads to jealousy, inadequacy, and great frustration, and it's a huge waste of time. Buddhism teaches us that comparison is a form of attachment that leads to suffering. When you practice mindfulness and gratitude, you begin to notice the blessings in your own life and how far you've come. The more you appreciate what you have, the less you feel the need to compare yourself to others. We all are unique individuals with unique abilities, challenges, and opportunities. As Buddha once said, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. The final lesson is to prioritize inner growth over external validation. Many of us are conditioned to seek external validation, approval from family, recognition from colleagues, or likes and comments on social media. While these can feel good, they are all fleeting and are controlled by others. Buddhism teaches us that true peace and fulfillment come from within. As Buddha wisely stated, the mind is everything. What you think you become. Prioritizing inner growth allows you to be stronger, happier, and more at peace. True fulfillment comes from self-awareness, mindfulness, compassion, and inner transformation. And in closing, true power comes from within. Thanks for watching, and if you found value in these lessons, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Buddhist Doctrine channel for more enlightening insights.